David, time for Gimme 5, ladies and gentlemen. These stories of violence against Muslims and Hispanics and gays, and someone posted on Twitter they pulled my hijab off and shouted Trump, Trump, and someone said go back to your own country and said Trump, Trump, Trump. There's very few police reports, if any. Police actually interviewed one accuser and they recanted. They said it wasn't true. We had an incident at Northwestern University where they thought Trump supporters put a swastika on a church on campus. It turned out it was two liberal students who did it. They're under arrest now. So don't believe everything you hear. This is ridiculous, even though Harry Reid says he knows.
Since Election Day, the Southern Poverty Law Center has reported hundreds of incidents of harassment and intimidation. Last count, 315 from their calculations. Overwhelmingly, hateful acts at a Muslim, and a Hispanic, and an African American, and a woman, and a LGBT, and a Semitic, and anti-Asian. I've heard these stories from friends and family.
He's heard the story from friends and family. Why not from police reports and on the news? Because these people are just saying it happened without any evidence that it happened. Now, what did happen, and you've seen this before on this show, is this in Chicago.
You voted Trump! You voted Trump! Oh, yeah! You voted Trump! She been still yeah! I gotta do that to her. Yeah. Damn. Don't vote Trump. Don't vote Trump. Don't vote Trump. Still his foot.
Can you imagine if that were the other way around? Can you imagine a bunch of white Trump supporters beating up a black Hillary supporter, yelling, "Don't vote Hillary"? Can you imagine? You would have seen that 1,000,001 times on CNN alone. It's outrageous. And there's this 24-year-old man who was attacked on the subway.
24-year-old Corey Cataldo is a hard-working electrician. Last Friday, he was heading home to the Bronx when he was violently attacked on the subway.
It says, oh, great, another white Trump supporter. Next thing I know, I have hands around my neck. I'm being choked. Then another gentleman comes over. He shoves me up against the wall, up against the window. Now I got my arm pinned behind my back. I have the one guy choking me.
Do you fear you should take off your hat?
Absolutely not. This hat will be on for the next 8 years. I will be damned if I have to take my hat off because it makes people upset. That will never happen.
But the reports on the left continue. Let's put up from the Daily Beast here a story. As of Friday, Southern Poverty Law Center had collected reports on over 200 alleged incidents of harassment. And while some skeptics say the unverified reports look like fraud or run-of-the-mill racism, others worry the incident forecasts a grim future. Now let's go to VOA. But listen to what they say. Just how large a spike in hate crime there has been remains uncertain. However, several reports have been proven false. And Potok, who's the head of the Southern Poverty Law Center, cautioned himself that most incidents reported to the Southern Poverty Law Center do not amount to hate crime. Folks, this is ridiculous. It's all about tweets and he said and she said, but there's no evidence that these events are happening or that they're being done by Trump supporters. Look at these tweets. You want to see tweets? We got tweets. Yeah, here we go. As I'm stopped at a gas station this morning, a group of guys yell over, "Time to get out of this country." Really? Really? And that must have been Trump supporters, huh? Next one. I have a scarf on. Passed by someone on the platform today, and he says, "Your time's up, girlie." Really? This is what Harry Reid and the media is talking about. Unsubstantiated reports by people who say it happened and somehow know that these are Trump supporters. We got another one, I think. Not even 24 hours yet. My friend's sister, who's a Muslim, had a knife pulled on her by a Trump supporter while on the bus by UI or UJUC campus. Really? A knife pulled on her. And he said, "I'm a Trump supporter," while on the bus. Was anybody else on the bus? Were there any witnesses? Did anybody see this? Did she go to the police? No. My sister was on a bus and she had a knife pulled on her. I'm a Trump supporter. You believe this? Could there have been one or two incidents? Absolutely. You believe this is widespread like this? Baloney. Baloney. But the media reports it as fact because groups like the Southern Poverty Law Center report it as fact. And this is how you incite and spread innuendo and rumor and make false accusations. It's disgraceful. Newsmax Prime with my friend J.D. Hayworth is next. Don't go anywhere.